Hey guys, welcome back to Loop Hub. Today we'll talk about why Dr. Pimple Popper says she can cure patients. Let's head into it. Number 5. A dermatologist for the social media age. Surgery while awake may sound unpleasant, but it's more than a medical procedure to have your skin poked and prodded while the surgeon doing the procedure is a social media celebrity, and you're one of her 6.6 million YouTube fans. It's a passage of right. Lee is the face of Dr. Pimple Popper, a TLC show where she treats people with skin conditions from blackhead clusters to large debilitating cysts. In addition to the popular Instagram and YouTube accounts she has run for more than 7 years now. In its 5th season, the show puts Lee to the challenge with bizarre skin condition after skin condition, and every time she proves to be up to it. Lee's videos may come off as stomach churning and gross for the uninitiated, but the close-up squeezes, snips, and stitches provide an enjoyable escape for her fans, who dub themselves popaholics and are often reformed naysayers. And Lee is much more than a dermatologist, with a knack for squeezing pus from whiteheads with those lumps and bumps that make them feel inhuman at some level. Dr. Pimple Popper's comfort propelled and kept her famous with the gnarliest of skin conditions, social media savvy, and the ability to put most doctor-averse patients at ease. This is why social media plays such a big role in the way she cures patients. Via her posts, she teaches patients what they should do in order to get rid of their skin problems. Number 4. Lee's competitive spirit. Lee and her husband both graduated with dermatological specialties from the Hahnemann University School of Medicine, now known as Drexel University. Sandra Lee, Dr. Lee, said from a very young age that she was surrounded by dermatology. Born in 1970 in Flushing, Queens, to her Singaporean father and mother in Malaysia, Lee moved when she was 5 years old up to Upland, California. Her dad set up his dermatology practice there. Born poor, he hoarded dermatology textbooks with a drive to succeed, and Lee would spill over them in the evenings with him. Opening a big textbook and seeing all these crazy skin conditions that could be from horror movies to some individuals was not that big of a deal, Lee told Insider. Lee, who was in middle school, would skim through the pictures, only stopped to read a photograph especially eerie and eye-catching. She felt no overt pressure, however, to follow in his footsteps. Lee and her younger brother were not as strict on her parents as other Chinese immigrants' parents she knew. Lee spent her childhood playing the violin, guitar, piano, ice skating, and taking part in ballet and gymnastics. They encouraged them to be curious and busy. I wasn't thinking, this is what I want to be, in high school or grade school, because I didn't know. I didn't know if I wanted to get a real job, so let me just stay in school. Lee moved to Philadelphia to pursue medicine after getting her undergraduate degree at UCLA. With her parents working hard in the field, it felt like the natural next step, but she was unsure at first about what her specialty should be. She was sold once she heard dermatology was one of the most competitive ones. In my class, I wasn't the strongest either, but I was very competitive. I realized that I had this mindset that if someone says they don't think you can do something, then I want to try and do it, said Lee, and she did. It's obvious that her competitive spirit helps her curing patients. Number 3. Lee became intrigued by Instagram as a self-described multitasker and avidly following celebrity hairstylist Guy Tang, who inspired her to start her own account. I loved what he did with the hair of people, and I wanted to see him, and I got to see him because of Instagram. He did my hair, and it was great, and I thought, wow, if he can do this and build a follow-up, why can't I do it? Lee said. In 2014, as she treated them in her office, Lee began sharing Instagram videos and pictures of her patients' warts, acne, psoriasis, and other skin conditions. She shared a blackhead extraction as well, and with more comments and likes than ever before, the post took off. I was just thinking, what the hell is this? So I did it again, and it happened again, and that's when I realized there are people on the internet who are actually sharing pimple popping videos with each other, said Lee. She also took her new hobby to YouTube, and every day she shared fresh pimple popping videos. The polarizing nature of the content she posted, according to Lee, helped her gain the 3.9 million Instagram followers and 6.6 million subscribers as she has today on YouTube. It just creates a big reaction in people. They would tag their friends, whether they were absolutely obsessed with it or they absolutely hated it, she said. With such a great inspiration, it goes without saying why Lee stays so motivated to cure her patients. Number 2. Falling in love with patients. Following his procedure, Ainoke, one of Lee's patients, taught her a traditional Fijian song and dance. The TLC dermatology is not just about skin for Lee, it's about a lot of mental things too. Acne doesn't kill you, psoriasis doesn't kill you, but your personality, the way you relate to the world, can certainly be affected, so that's a big deal, she said. When a recent patient told Lee's staff that she took a Xanax for anxiety at the doctor's office and was brusque to them, they were reluctant to schedule another appointment for him. Lee hasn't been. I just said, bring him in the room. All this I knew, and for his anxiety, he didn't need any extra stuff, because if you know these things in advance and give people control, that's the main factor. She keeps instruments out of their sight for needle-averse patients. For nervous ones, she cracks jokes, or step-by-step walks them through the procedure. The human connection, she says, is as important in the works of clinics. She said, simply speaking to patients and learning their stories, I believe I fell in love with them. This is a huge help when trying to cure patients. Number 1. We are so much more than pimple poppers. The popularity of Lee as a social media maven and celebrity dermatologist has grown since the first episode of Dr. Pimple Popper aired on January 3rd of 2018. Her success resulted in 4 more seasons of the still-running show, plus a new Before the Pop spin-off of coronavirus pandemic, where she virtually diagnoses patients from their prospective homes. In 2019, she also launched her own skincare brand as a way to reach individuals who do not have the means to visit her for skin assistance. Lee's SLMD skincare includes products that she considers essentials, such as retinol, brush-on sunscreen powder, cortisol cream, and salicylic acid cleanser. Despite these patient-inspired successes, when she launched her social media channels, Lee was concerned about how fellow dermatologists would view her work. One of my main fears when I first started was doing this. Oh my gosh, are dermatologists going to hate me because they think what the hell am I doing? Lee said, I am running our specialty, making us look like fools, you know? My name is Dr. Pimple Popper, and they're like, what the heck, she's making fun of us, saying we're just poppers of pimples. But Lee now knows her worst fears are behind her, with nearly 10 years of pimple popping content below her belt. For dermatologists and patients alike, it has a positive effect. Throughout this time, from the very beginning, one of my main priorities was to really show people how amazing dermatology is and that we are so much more than pimple poppers, she said. This is the key point to why Dr. Lee says she can cure patients. She doesn't just pop their pimples, but in fact puts all her effort into giving them the best treatment possible. What do you think about Dr. Pimple Popper? Did you know that she can cure patients? Let us know in the comment section down below. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.